So the golf swing, when performed correctly, can be an effortless, powerful, gracious movement that produces fantastic shots. But we all know the golf swing can also be one of those incredibly frustrating movements where there's so much going on and it feels like you've got to get so much right. It's almost an endless number of things we can get wrong. Part of why we love the game, but part also why some of us really hate the golf swing. So today's video is about a new online coaching program that I've been approached to do a little review on by the makers, 18M Golf. I'm going to run through the program, give you my honest opinion of how good I think it is, whether it's something potentially you should be signing up and trying, and also kind of going to go through the claims that 18M have said to me that they think it's going to revolutionize golf coaching. So with no further delays, let's start talking about the online golf program from 18M Golf. So obviously my primary job is as a golf coach, helping people hit the ball better, get the ball around the course in lower number of shots, enjoy their golf more, and predominantly most of my work is face-to-face. Obviously do a little bit on YouTube, do some remote coaching, and work with an app called Perfect Motion. But like I said, 18M approached me. I'm going to read a couple of bits off the website, and I'm going to put a link in the description below so that you can go on, see what you think. But on their opening page, the new way to get a better swing with 5 minutes practice a day, mostly at home. So straight away, I think that's a real plus, that they're saying you don't necessarily have to be at the golf course or at the driving range or practice ground to improve. So what do they say on the website? 18M is a revolutionary new swing building program that you follow online, practice anywhere, anytime, mostly without a golf club. A program that breaks the swing into easy to learn, simple movements, a system designed for single handicap as well as beginner golfers, a program you can follow individually with a training partner or in a group, and a system that takes as little as 5 minutes practice a day. A new swing is developed in just 2 to 5 weeks. So, I've run through the program because I first got in contact about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And as we look on the website now, I'll show you the structure to the program. Okay, so once you log in and go to phases, you scroll down, and it's basically the golf swing and setup is broken into 18 phases, starting from grip, working through stance, how your legs work in the backswing, all the way up through predominantly without a club to begin with, learning the movement patterns. And then as you build through the phrases, you start working into downswing, follow through. Then we start tying things together, start making a full swing with the baseball swing, then takeaway, half swing, full swing, and then in the last 3 phases, we work in with a golf club. And the idea being that maybe as a golfer, you won't need every single one of the 18 videos to improve. But what you're able to do is work through the video, which is under 5 minutes for each one, and then you're able to video how you've done it, upload that onto the website and check it against the pro who has actually done all those 18 videos for you to give you some guidance. And as you work through, I'm sure some of you will find some of them extremely quick, probably don't need to do them, but there'll be certain ones you get through and you'll think, right, I've watched that once, maybe didn't quite understand that, but I'll watch it back, go again, video myself, rehearse. So for example, with the trail arm, talks about how you're working back and you're gonna get that trail forearm at the same as spine angle. And once you can do that stood upright, further into the phases, you get into your golf posture and then you can practice that. So I'm a big believer as a coach that golfers get good at what they practice. And I think the fact that there's some feedback on there is really good. The fact that you can video your movement, put it up on the screen, see how you compare to the model golf swing. And then when you're if not absolutely perfect, when you get as close as you think is acceptable, you can move on to that next phase. And I do think there's a huge amount of information in there. And as a result of that, you can really get a massive knowledge on the different areas of the golf swing, how you're supposed to position your body, then position the club to help you deliver the golf club more consistently and hit more good golf shots. Now, as you put in those pieces together, the idea is you get kind of nicely ingrained with one phase and then you move on to phase 2, phase 3, all the way up to phase 18. Now, my little challenge as a golf coach is I don't necessarily think there's one perfect way of swinging the golf club that everybody can do. And I've spoken to the guys at 18M and they completely agree with me. And what I think was good with this is even though it's a model golf swing, they're not saying that you have to be absolutely perfect with each phase to get on. But if you're a way off, and that's potentially something that causes issue in your golf swing, if you can potentially get that little bit closer to that model golf swing, it should help you make a better swing and hit better shots. But even with the best players in the world, you do see a lot of maybe quite unusual movements in certain parts of the golf swing. But the one area you see pretty similar with all of the golfers is that on the way down from kind of waist height through to waist height, the best players in the world are very, very similar. Even though backswing, top of the backswing, you might see some differences. Now, again, it depends on your opinion of that. My personal opinion is I'm happy to see a little bit of individual movements in a golf swing, as long as they're able to deliver the club consistently and hit a nice, consistent golf shot. And I think there was one particular phase in there that I personally found interesting for my swing. And I would say I did it more than 2 to 5 minutes. And I think with no club in my hand, I'm able to do it absolutely perfectly. I think with the club in my hand doing a practice swing, I do it very, very well. But probably my biggest challenge as a golf coach, and comment below if you agree with me with this, I think most golfers feel that a movement with no club, they find quite easy. A practice swing with the club with no golf ball, they find they're able to make a pretty good movement. But actually once the golf ball gets there, most golfers tend to feel that the golf swing changes that little bit. So my big thing is, as good as you can get your movement, I think your key then is to maintain your focus on the performance. And as you work up through those phases, there'll be certain elements that will definitely kind of register with you a little bit more. And as long as you can keep your focus on what you're doing, you will hit some very, very good golf shots. But the movement doesn't have to be absolutely textbook. Now, the big kind of marketing thing with 18M is that it's at a price point, I think it's $59.95 in the UK and about $84 in America, is it's a one-off payment and you've got unlimited access to that. So they're definitely feeling that having that very good price point gives you unlimited access. And off the back of that, that's something you can refer back to and go from there. So it's definitely making golf coaching maybe more accessible than ever. Because there's definitely a lot of information out there. Yours truly is guilty of putting some out there on YouTube. Hopefully you enjoy that. But sometimes you can watch something that's actually very negative to what you need to do in your golf swing. And if you were to work through, for example, saying, feel I'm hitting the ball all over the place, and maybe I know that my control on the club face isn't very good, you could go back to the very first phase in this, work through the grip, get some good control, learn how the hands fit together, work through there, pop the hands back on, and then work up. It'll take a little bit of getting used to, as any change does. But if you've then got more control on the club, you're going to influence the golf ball better. So for me, like with any training program, if you stick with something, you become consistent. I think the fact that you've got an unlimited access to it gives it a great opportunity for you to stick with it. I think most golfers struggle to be consistent sticking with something, but if it is of interest, it's definitely worth logging on, have a look, see what you think. For me, it'll appeal to different types of golfers. I think for golfers who want to keep it really, really simple, I'm not sure 18 videos will necessarily appeal. Might seem like a lot of information. It isn't necessarily a lot of information. For the golfer who really likes to get into the nuts and bolts and really understand everything, I think you'll love the process of working through the 18 videos. Will it help you play better golf? I think it will, because if you work on anything, you get better at what you work on. And if you work on a model golf swing, even though I've said I don't think a model golf swing is necessarily one size fits all, you should find what your body's capable of doing within that model to help you hit better golf shots. And if you can stand and make a consistent movement, you will see a consistent result. And if your consistent result is a nice straight shot like that, brilliant, you can aim at the target and hit the ball there. If your consistent movement's a little fade, you can aim to the left. If it's a little draw, you can aim to the right. But if you are looking to improve your golf, you don't need to rush and sign up straight away. Go on the website, there's a link below, have a look, see what you think. If it's something that intrigues you, sign up. It's a great price point, a lot of information in there, really well communicated. I definitely think you'll see as well, in my opinion, over the next probably 12 months, there'll be some refinements in there. Might be a little bit different way you can get some feedback saying whether that movement's as good as you can do, because golfers with physical limitations might not be able to get into all the positions they discuss, but get as close as you can, get consistent, get your feedback, and start hitting better golf shots. Right then guys, so there's my review of the 18M Golf Online Coaching Program. Like I said, I think it's a very good program. I think there's a huge amount of information in there for the price that you pay. So if you're looking to develop your knowledge, get a more consistent movement, it's definitely something you should be interested in trying. Now, do I feel it'll ever replace face-to-face coaching? No, definitely not. I think there's no substitute for being stood in front of somebody, getting that perfect feedback and being able to work from there. But not everybody can get access face-to-face. Some of the teaching pros that you can get face-to-face access with maybe wouldn't be in your price budget. So I think it's a great option to go from there. The very bold claim that it's going to revolutionize golf coaching, I'm not sure. Not sure personally. I don't think it'll revolutionize. I think hopefully it'll introduce more people to getting better with their golf swing, learning a bit more about their swing, and then hopefully being more committed. In my opinion, the biggest challenge most golfers have is sticking with something. Every golfer tells me they want to be more consistent, and yet they're constantly trying different things. Now, for me, I thought that was the definition of inconsistency. But if you can stick to something, you'll definitely get better at it. You will hit more consistent golf shots. That'll help you get round the course quicker. If you then turn that into better scores, you'll enjoy your golf more, it'll be more fun, and definitely this program will have served purpose. But like I said, if you're interested, there's a link below. If you have tried it already, comment below and let me know what you think. So if you have enjoyed today's video and you don't currently subscribe, I'd love it if you took a second, just hit the button, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. There's a video just up there that I think you might enjoy that will help your game. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.